Welcome to my YouTube channel, Road Rider. And today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about modern retro sport bikes of the year. If you love the fusion of classic samurai sword styling with cutting-edge performance, you're in for a treat. Settle in, put your headphones on, and let me take you through a full rider-focused review that covers design, performance, ride quality, technology, ownership experience, and everything in between. By the end, you'll know exactly who this bike is for, what it does brilliantly, and where it could be better straight from a rider's perspective. First impressions matter, and this machine makes a grand entrance before the starter button is even pressed. The silhouette is unmistakably Katana, compact and purposeful. You've got those sharp creases and geometric planes that nod to the iconic lines of the original while feeling utterly modern. Stance is muscular without being bulky, more katana blade than broadsword. Walk around the front and you're greeted by a sleek LED headlamp framed by subtle intakes and tidy bodywork. It's assertive rather than aggressive. The kind of face that says, "I've got nothing to prove," because, frankly, it doesn't. Move along the side profile and you start noticing the details that separate this bike from the crowd. The tank. Covers sculpting creates a natural lock-in point for your knees, which makes low-speed control and fast corner transitions feel intuitive. The seat flows neatly into the tail, and the subframe keeps things compact. There's just the right amount of visual negative space above the rear wheel for that sporty, almost floating effect. The rear LED light cluster is minimalist, and the license plate holder is positioned to keep the tail clean, especially if you go with a tidy tail kit. The overall effect is cohesive and premium. Nothing appears tacked on or overly busy. Every surface seems to have a purpose, right down to the way the side panels manage airflow around your legs. Ergonomically, it strikes a sweet spot between a naked street fighter and a full-on supersport. The handlebar is a touch higher than a track bike's clip-ons, giving your wrist a break and opening up your chest. But it's not so upright that you lose that connected front wheel feel. Foot pegs place you in a mildly sporty position, enough rear set to feel ready for spirited riding, but not so extreme that your knees complain after an hour. Riders around average height will find it welcoming right away. Taller riders will appreciate the way the seat allows some scoot-back space for longer highway stretches, and the seat foam, supportive without turning into a plank after 50 kilometers. Let's talk about the heart of the machine, because this is where the bike earns its reputation. Twist the throttle, and you're met with a smooth, linear surge that's addictive but manageable. Power delivery is immediate, and the mid-range punch is the star of the show. In the city, it lunges between gaps with a quick flick of the wrist. On a back road, it slingshots you from corner to corner, almost telepathically. What stands out isn't just the raw schwitz, the refinement. It's a silkiness to the way it picks up revs, a feeling that you're always in the meat of the power regardless of gear. It's that classic leader class experience tuned for real-world riding rather than spec sheet heroics. Soundtrack is tasteful and mature. On idle, there's a calm, steady purr. Roll on into the mid-range and it turns into a throaty snarl with a hint of induction growl like the bike is inhaling the road ahead. If you swap to a freer breathing slip-on, you'll unlock more character without tipping into antisocial territory. On the chassis side, the front end feels planted, confidence-inspiring, and eager to communicate. Turn-in is light without being twitchy, and once you're committed to a line, it holds it with samurai-like precision. It doesn't fight you mid-corner. It almost encourages you to explore the limits of grip. Quick transitions are where the bike shines. Think an S-bend on your favorite back road. Flick left-right, and you'll feel how the mass is centralized. Suspension is a balancing act, and this one lands firmly on the sporty but street-savvy side. Around town, it takes the edge off bumps without turning the ride into jelly. On a rough road, you'll feel the surface. This is a performance machine. After all, but it doesn't kick you out of the saddle. Up the pace, and you'll appreciate how the damping keeps the bike composed under hard acceleration and quick direction changes. Track days? Absolutely possible. Is it a dedicated track weapon? No, this is a road-first machine with track-capable genes, and that's exactly the point. Let's get into rider aids and technology, because the 2025 iteration brings the modern suite you'd expect. You've got multiple ride modes that meaningfully change the bike's personality. The traction control logic is subtle and well-tuned for real-world surfaces. The cockpit is tidy and modern. Display is crisp in sunlight, clean in low light, and logically laid out. You can cycle ride modes, adjust traction levels, and monitor key data without hunting through a maze of menus. The fonts are legible, the graphics restrained, and the information hierarchy is sensible. If you add the optional connectivity features, you'll get navigation prompts and call notification alerts, but nothing overwhelms the core riding data. As for switchgear, the tactile feedback is positive and the layout is intuitive. Within a single ride, you'll have muscle memory for everything you need. Daily usability is often overlooked in performance reviews, so let's cover that. Heat management is solid. Even in slow traffic, the bike never cooks your legs to misery. Fuel range is respectable for the segment. On mixed rides, some city, some spirited back road, you'll get a practical day's worth of fun between stops. On longer tours, plan your rest breaks around fuel and you won't feel shortchanged. Luggage options include discreet soft solutions that won't ruin the styling when removed. For weekend getaways, a tail pack and a compact tank bag will see you right. For commuting, a simple magnetic tank bag for your daily essentials keeps life easy. Now, no bike is perfect, so here's the honest bit. If you want absolute wind protection, a fully fared machine will do the job better. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Peace out.